I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. Here's a video of George Santos running away from the press and yelling at the press and calling the press disingenuous because they were asking him, why was it that you listed the name of a wrong treasurer on your Federal Election Commission forms, where you are now amending them and changing them and claiming that loans which you claim that you gave to your campaign were no longer actually given by you, or were they still given by you? Well, Santos is trying to cover up for his clear criminal campaign finance violations. But here's the first clip of Santos running away. Play the clip.
Say 500,000. Let's make it very clear. I don't amend anything. I don't touch any of my FEC stuff, right? So don't be disingenuous and report that I did, because you know that every campaign hires fiduciaries. So I'm not aware of that answer, and we'll have an answer for the press regarding the amendment from yesterday.
You know, one of the tactics that George Santos does is he tries to use a term like, you're being disingenuous, and everybody knows that it's the role of fiduciaries to do that. Well, it's your campaign finance forms. A fiduciary may be somebody like a treasurer or a lawyer or someone who has fiduciary obligations, but just don't throw out the word fiduciary. People know what that word means, or perhaps you think that people don't know what that means, but the reality is that these are your forms, you're the candidate, and you're including the names of people. You're essentially forging the names of people who don't know why their names are on your forms. They're not actually working for you. Here's another clip of Santos running away in the hallways of Congress, again being asked these questions. He's yelling at the reporter, and then the reporter's asking him, well, so you claim you're telling the truth? Okay, so you really played volleyball at Baruch? Here, play the clip.
Mr. Santos, you listed the wrong name of a treasurer. Why did you list the wrong name of your treasurer on your campaign finance forms?
I'll have a conversation with you when you become a better, honest reporter.
I'm asking you directly.
You're a dishonest reporter, and you know that.
Well, why did you lie about being on a volleyball team?
You're lying to the American people. When you stop lying in your really bad reporting, I'll start talking.
So wait, you actually were on a volleyball team? Is that right? In college, in Baruch College? Is that true? Is that true?
Okay, now here's a video of a reporter confronting him after it was revealed that within the past 10 years or so, Santos, if that's even his name, was posting these heinous and despicable anti-Semitic and just despicable remarks on his Facebook. Stop Anti-Semitism's Twitter account wrote the following: "We are disgusted to learn that Congressman George Santos, who lied about being Jewish during his campaign, had previously posted vile comments about Adolf Hitler and Jewish and black people." It's just a disgusting message that Santos wrote. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, it's so disgusting. Here he's being confronted with a reporter who asks him, why did you post these horrific things? And you see the shock on Santos' face as he's being confronted, wondering how people got their hands on this information. Play this clip.
No comment for something I haven't read. So until I read it, I can't comment on it. I think that's fair and responsible to say, right?
Do you have any comments on your most recently leaked Facebook reply about killing all Jews and black people?
I'm sorry?
It's on the news right now that you've Facebook commented. Do you have any response to that?
That's gonna be hard to hold.
Were you asked to be seated on any other committees besides?
And here's a clip of Democratic Congress member Richie Torres, who's just been doing an incredible job holding Santos's feet to the fire, and frankly all of these MAGA extremist traitors feet to the fire when they go on and they lie and they try to support insurrectionists and support the traitor Donald Trump. Here's what Richie Torres says. He goes, "It's the height of hypocrisy for McCarthy to remove Congressmember Adam Schiff and Congressmember Eric Swalwell while appointing a complete charlatan and utter fraud like George Santos." Here, play this clip.
I wish I could explain it to you, but it's inexplicable. It's the height of hypocrisy for Speaker McCarthy to remove Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell, two members in good standing from their committees, while appointing a complete charlatan and utter fraud like George Santos on a committee. It's a perversion of the institution, and George Santos is going to sit on the Small Business Committee, which happens to oversee the PPP program. It's one of the largest programs the federal government has ever enacted, and a fraud like George Santos cannot be trusted to root out fraud in the PPP program, he has no business being in Congress, let alone sitting in any committee.
You know, and by the way, all of that I just showed you happened in one day. It's not like this all happened in a 24-hour period of time. And that's George Santos for you. George Santos is the face of the Republican Party. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the face of the Republican Party, Paul Gosar, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, but specifically George Santos, someone who lies about everything. And now we're starting to really dig into not just the lying about every aspect of his life, but also the criminal campaign finance violations, which are just so obvious what they are. He'll probably be indicted in the next month or 2 months as federal, state, and local prosecutors all continue their investigation in earnest into Santos. But the current Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party, they reward him. They put him on committees. They put him on the Small Business Committee where he has oversight functions over PPP loans and PPP fraud. Think about that. That's the role that Kevin McCarthy puts him in. And he also is appointed to another committee. He gets 2 committee assignments, including the Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. And meanwhile, prosecutors, people with distinguished careers like Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff, because they investigated the criminal conduct of Donald Trump, are stripped from their committee assignments. And then Kevin McCarthy defames their characters in order to protect his master, Donald Trump, his puppet master, Donald Trump. It's disgusting. Let's call it out, folks. Let's just let the American people know this is who the Republican Party is, the party of George freaking Santos. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. So please hit subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Also, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. patreon.com/MeidasTouch. You'll love the exclusive content we have on Patreon. Again, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. But most importantly, it helps grow this independent media platform. But check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.